Are you guys seeing the story that's starting to leak out about the coach-to-player communication systems? So
Tell me more.
It started with Texas Tech in the Big 12, but a reading from Max Olson at ESPN, coach-to-player in-game communications during Power 4 college football games this season have been occurring on unencrypted frequencies, which means that anybody could, with the right equipment, get into them.
Yeah.
That is what it means.
A revelation that raises questions about whether they could have been compromised. Kirby Hocutt, the athletic director at Texas Tech, said he raised the issue during a call with Big 12 ADs on Tuesday after learning the Red Raiders' helmet communications were unencrypted and inaccessible to anyone with a scanner and knowledge of how to locate the frequencies. The Big 12 has instructed its 10 schools playing games this weekend to send their helmet communication devices back to the GSC, who provides the entire Power 4 with their helmet communication, for a software update that would provide encryption, sources told ESPN. The modules and cutoff switches are expected to be updated and returned in time for Saturday's games. Texas Tech requested a report from the Big 12 on its recent games against TCU and Baylor to ensure the integrity of the games were not compromised. The SEC has also said that their schools can send their equipment in if they feel like they need to, as has the Big Ten. 2 questions.
That's Friday.
How did this start? like, does Texas Tech have reason to believe that their player-to-coach communications were hacked? And number 2, why on earth, as the sole provider of this technology, I'm not a tech guy, but if I was making this technology, wouldn't you want to guarantee that there is no way that anybody could get into those? Wouldn't that be your first priority? Is this is a closed circuit communication between coach and player, and it's not accessible by the coaches in the other box if they know how to do it, which apparently is very easy to do? Like, why is that not your priority one, is protecting this technology?
Do we think the stuff has been listened into?
We've been wondering
100%.
why Army and Navy were undefeated. The military would be the best at this. That's probably like somebody's project for a class.
Yeah, I mean, this text, nobody thought about encryption. I mean, you are a technology company creating a system that exists elsewhere, by the way. It's not like this is an innovative thing, where you are trying to protect the communication between two people, and you don't have encryption on it? And those people are the sole providers of the technology to all of the Power 4? And they didn't think about encryption?
You think they thought about it and it didn't work, and so they just pushed it out anyway?
I mean, apparently they have the software ready to update right away.
Isn't this the same group that provides the NFL, the helmet-to-helmet communication system?
I would guarantee with every fiber of my being that the NFL's is encrypted.
That's why I said, isn't it the same company that provides? Don't they provide the NFL deal too?
I'll take your word for it.
Maybe I'm off on that.
Several Big 12 and Power 4 coaches and staffers have questioned whether a competitive advantage could be gained if that did occur. Well, of course it could.
Could it?
Absolutely. If you hear the communication between coach and quarterback, you don't think that's valuable?
Yes, I do. Could it help in real time, or you're listening in for a little while trying to figure out what they're keying on, and then you're relaying that, or you're hiding it differently?
Ooh, I can't believe he buried this a little bit. A frequency coordinator made the discovery in late September while setting up for the A&M Arkansas game in Arlington. The coordinator notified the SEC of his findings, as well as Baylor and TCU, who forwarded it to the conference.
Wow.
They've been investigating potential concerns for 4 weeks now. It's frustrated several athletic directors who believe Power 4 schools have the same encrypted setup used in the NFL.
So they thought that's what they had.
They thought that that's what they had, and they didn't. You think anybody in the SEC was hacked? If you had to bet right now, I'll give you $100.
I mean, it's
yes
pretty
or no.
obvious that Kentucky was able to hack into Ole Miss's system. It looked like they knew what was coming. Bunch of cheaters.
I think, obviously, at Mississippi State, we have huge problems because the offenses are calling plays. Guys are just wide open. They obviously know where the defense is supposed to be. There's no other explanation, is there?
So you think they're routing the defensive communication to the offense, like to the quarterback? Not only have they discovered it, but they are sending it directly to his headset?
Do you have a better explanation for what we've seen?
Well, when you put it that way.